You're back. I'm back. We're back. We're back in action. We're back to try and get all of these items from the small trunk identified. I really didn't think that this would take that long, but I guess I've been falling into sort of deep dive holes, which, knowing myself, I kind of anticipated would happen. But yeah, I'm just kind of letting things unfold as they do. No planning. We'll just kind of see what we can find and what happens. Right, so here we are again, back in Google, and oh yeah, we're going to search an image. So I was thinking that we could start, the reason why I'm just getting straight into this instead of talking at any length about the shoe from the last video is that I don't think I have anything else I can possibly say. I said everything. It was a really long video. I didn't anticipate it being that long, but everything that we learned was too much. It was too much. Nobody needed to know all of that information about a shoe. The most important information that we got from it was the date range, the potential date range from when the shoes could have been made, and at least, because we know they're foot binding shoes, when the practice of foot binding started and when it ended. Pretty huge span of time between when it started and ended, so we didn't really lock anything specific down, but at least we have an idea of when that shoe was made. And because it's dirty in the way that it is, as in it looks like it's been used, it's not just dirty from swamp water. And we know that the last surviving people who bound their feet were alive like in the 90s and I guess early 2000s. Potentially the shoe might not be that old, but I don't know. Maybe it is. So, and either it came from China or, I mean, I'm sure it came from China, but either someone went there to get it or it was from a museum or a collection or something in another country and someone got a hold of the shoes that way. Yeah. So this video, I figured we would start with the doll because we actually know something about the doll. It's not just an unmarked object. Yeah, okay. So we know that it's a storybook doll because that's what was kind of engraved into her back. So let's begin. Oh my God. There are a ton of them. There's even the one that's in the trunk. Nancy Ann American Girl series? Nancy Ann storybook doll. Bisque. Oh, I guess we should look at the one vintage Nancy Ann. I don't know which one to look at. Let's check eBay. Let's see. Okay. I should probably, I wonder if I should write this down. No, it's okay, because I'm recording it. So this is a storybook doll. Look at all of these up here. They're all storybook dolls and they're everywhere. So I guess like 1 billion of these must have been made. Nancy Ann American Girl series Southern Belle. Number 57 with parasol in box. I wonder if that parasol came with her because, let's see. Oh, interesting. So our doll doesn't have the same dress, I don't think. Or maybe it does. I guess it's just maybe a different color because it's faded and old. Because these ones look like they have lemons on them. All of these on the doll, these look like lemons too. And then there are little daisies at the bottom, and it's the same thing with this one. They're little daisies. And Same stitching. The ribbon is black though, but the face is the same, the hair is the same, the hat is the same. And our doll is just in the trunk. It didn't come in a box. Didn't have a parasol. 𝔼𝕟𝕚𝕚𝕚. Huh. So I guess it's American? Let's see. Nancy Ann. It doesn't really say anything about it. I guess we can just Google it. So let's see. Nancy Ann 𝔼𝕟𝕚𝕚𝕚 American Girl series. Damn it. Nancy Ann, maybe just, oop, you put in Nancy ass. Oh my god. Nancy Ann 𝔼𝕟𝕚𝕚𝕚 American Girl series. Okay, right. Okay, let's take a look at this website. Oh, this is like a super old, last updated 2008. Oh my god, that's why this website looks like this. Oh, look at all of these. These are all a part of the series. They just all have different dresses. They all have the same kind of hat. There's ours. There's ours right there. And it says nothing really of interest, but I guess it's just number 57 in the series. So let's go back. Let's put it the Nancy Ann storybook doll wiki. It's not on Wikipedia, but let's check out the history of Nancy Ann. Oh my god, it's the same website. That's okay. Oh wow. So the history of Nancy Ann dolls began in 1936 when Nancy Ann Abbott started her doll making venture. She started her company with $125 and worked from her apartment 16 to 18 hours per day. So that's the history of the company. By 1942, the company claimed $1 million gross yearly income. Wow. And in the 1950s, top production of these dolls reached 12,000 per day. No wonder there are billions of them on eBay. They must be everywhere, and they didn't look that expensive on eBay. Let's just check again. I mean, let's check this one. This is $33. And looks, I mean, like, this is looking like it's in brand new condition. It even has the tag still on. I guess, okay, so the question would be storybook dolls. Oh, looks like Nancy Ann also produced several other types of dolls that would not be the focus of this website. The dolls included plastic storybook dolls with painted eyes, 1948 to 1950. Our doll is not plastic. It's ceramic. The whole thing is ceramic. The legs that don't move, the arms do move and they're hinged, and the chest and face. So there's definitely no plastic. And I guess there were plastic dolls with sleepy eyes, Muffy dolls, show dolls, and these were all coming after 1950. Wee dolls for wee collectors. Oh, here we are. So the bisque storybook dolls. What does that mean? What is bisque? Bisque doll? Oh, it's porcelain, biscuit porcelain. That's weird. German bisque doll from around 1900. So it's a doll made partially or wholly out of bisque or biscuit porcelain. They're characterized by their realistic skin-like matte finish. Bisque porcelain is an unglazed white porcelain treated as a final product with a matte appearance and texture to the touch. Yeah, and that is what this feels like. Okay, so we have a bisque doll. The bisque storybook dolls were produced from 1936 to 1948. This is exactly what we were looking for. So that's a time frame. So by 1943, Nancy Ann had created 125 different characters, but the number was reduced to 77 when certain costume materials became unavailable or too costly. So if this is a bisque doll with no plastic, it's porcelain. I mean, maybe, I guess because so many were made, that's the reason why it's not expensive, because everybody had one. Oh, in 1998, Mr. 𝕚𝕚. The company was purchased by Albert 𝕚𝕚 and stockholders. Oh, but wait a minute. So in 1998, Mr. 𝕚𝕚 planned a reintroduction of the bisque line. The dolls were issued on the basis of a $2 minimum order for $60 per doll, unless you purchased the entire collection, in which case the dolls were $53 each, including shipping. They were packaged in a red leatherette-bound box, shaped in the form of a book. As it turned out, only the first 4 dolls were ever produced before Mr. 𝕚𝕚 decided to sell the company. So he had a plan to reintroduce the bisque, but it never went forward. It kind of fell through, I guess. And when he sold the company, I guess they must have just stuck with the plastic dolls. But we know for a fact that ours is bisque, which means that it was likely produced anywhere between 1936 and 1948, which is really cool and pretty old. Not like Russian kopeck old, but the fact that it's bisque porcelain and she's not broken is pretty amazing. Yeah. I guess maybe a lot of them aren't broken though. Like that one seems to be intact too. Southern Belle number 57. Okay, well that was pretty easy. Hold on, let's go back to the website again. So this was in San Francisco, California. Wonder if this company stayed there the whole time. Hushabye dolls, and the bodies were made in Japan. Doll bodies began being made in California in 1939, so it's definitely 100% an American company. The creator's American. Our doll was probably manufactured in the States. Okay, alright, so I think that was pretty easy. 1936 to 48. I wanted to say, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to create like a timeline of all the items that we can figure out around when they would have existed, approximately. I don't know if that would do anything. I don't know what the point of making a timeline is, probably just because I need to organize everything all the time, but I don't know. I think it would just be helpful to like put everything that we have into a timeline to see where each item comes from and around what time it would have existed. You know what I mean? I think that makes sense. So, okay, I think the storybook situation is done. It's not complicated, and for that I'm eternally grateful. Let's type in storybook doll. Look at that. Oh, well, I guess like we should type in Nancy Anne specifically. Yeah, there's like 5,000, over 5,300 storybook dolls, all different types. Look at, actually, I know, I can't get distracted. That one looks like plastic though. Oh, interesting. So not only is it plastic, it's got like little ceramic feet, it looks like. Or maybe not, maybe those are plastic too. It's definitely plastic. Plastic face, plastic feet. And the hands look like they're sewn or something. Oh, maybe not. Maybe the hands are ceramic. Can't really tell all that well. They're so cute though. Oh, she's got a little, it's Goldilocks and a little bear. Wow, and that one is expensive. Maybe because it comes with a bear, or maybe it's because it's in mint condition. I don't know. Well, there are clearly a lot of them. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing that we have. Try this. Yeah. Let's see. Oh. Oh. Oh, damn it. Our picture. No. Okay, so that's the shape, pattern. It's sharp. It was really sharp. That looks like the same. There are a bunch of them. But this one looks closest. Oh. It's like a dead. Oh no, there it is. I mean, it is the same, kind of. Let's shrink it. There. It's not the same. Never mind. It almost looks the same. But this one is like a letter opener, it seems. It's like flat and wide, and mine is like a needle. It's really sharp on the tip, but it's the same base, which means that it must have been manufactured by the same company, right? Same design right at the top, but then this part right here, and then mine, they're completely different, but clearly the same design. Let's see what they're saying about this. So this is an awl hole punch. I don't know what an awl is, so I'm just gonna look that up. Small pointed tool used for piercing holes, I guess, in leather. Okay. So, yeah, that's what that is, which means that this is probably what mine is too. It's just a little bit different, but the same. This is a sterling silver handed awl or hole punch marked on the handle with sterling. I can remember if ours was marked on the handle. I don't know. Measures 4 inches. I guess it doesn't matter. It hasn't been monogrammed. I don't know how old it would be or could be. Seems like these other ones have a different purpose because they're hooked. Oh, is that what it is? Well, not ours, but the hooked ones are like, what's a button hook? Almost looks like ours. A boot, button, hook, lace, I don't know. I guess it serves a few different purposes. But it doesn't matter because we don't have a curved one. So let's see if we can find at least one more that looks like ours. That isn't curved, like, what was it again? Like a 𝔻𝕟𝕚𝕚 antique. 𝔻𝕟𝕚𝕚. Just, yeah, well, that's definitely what we've got. I just don't know how old it would be. They seem to think that this all was from circa 1870, and they sold it for £25. I wonder... Let's just see how... Oh, is that hooked? It's hard. They're kind of all hooked. Not all of them, but I guess I'm trying to... What I'm trying to do here is look for awls similar to mine and get a date. So this one is like, it's Victorian. I'm thinking maybe it's Victorian era. Let's check out this one. Yeah, not that. This is clearly a letter opener because it's so wide. And these are all sort of new. They're made to look antique, but they're obviously new. Try this. Wow, I guess it's a whole set. Let's see. Yeah. Same. Thicker than mine. I looked at that one already. These are from Amazon. They're totally made to look antique, but they're new. 1870, we looked at that. There, let's take a look at that one. Yeah. Victorian. Okay. So, to not beat this into the ground and spend too much time on it, I'm thinking that we're probably looking around the Victorian era for the approximate age of this. That's what's come up at least multiple times, so let's go with that. And the one that was almost identical to ours, if I can find it again. Yeah, this one. Did that one say that it was Victorian? No. Well, whatever company this came from probably made ours, because they're identical from the midpoint down. This one, I guess, is an awl as well. It's probably not wide enough to be a letter opener, and mine is thinner, but serves the same purpose, so I wish I knew, but let's go with Victorian era. Yeah, okay. So next we'll do this just to get out of the way because it creeped me out when we were looking through the trunk, and I don't want to have to keep thinking about the fact that I'm gonna have to look at it So it's a necklace, skull. It's kind of cool, but there's something like energetically weird about it, which I don't like. And it's definitely none of these. This is all coming from stock photography. Let's pull up ours again. It's pretty rudimentary. It's not terribly complex. And it's carving. It's wood. I don't know what kind of wood. I guess the metal's tarnished. Probably from the moisture from the swamp. It's just turned green. Oh, God. I don't know. There's not really anything. There's a lot of art, interesting skull art coming up, but not anything that looks. Let's try it again. Maybe if we change its orientation, like we turn it to the side or something. Let's try that instead. I'm sure it's gonna be the same results, but you never know how the computer is gonna see something. Huh. It's so weird, like, I'm kind of suspicious about this Google image search thing, because all you need to do is like turn a photograph sideways and then it gives you a completely different collection of images. Like, something is just a bit weird about that. It's literally the same picture, but the computer is reading it differently once it's sideways, which I don't really understand. I don't really see anything here. At all that looks like it. Just art, jewelry, skulls, keys. I mean, that's kind of interesting, but that really doesn't look anything like handmade. Probably new. Yeah, someone called Northern Coven is making voodoo puppet charms. Hilarious. Wonder if they even practice voodoo. Probably not. Probably Wiccan or something. Anyways, yeah. Okay, I think that this is a dud, which is just as well, I guess. But also kind of disturbing, the fact that we've been able to find so many other things, even really old things like the Russian kopecks online, but this is just unrelated to everything. Okay, well, that's, we can't do anything about that. Let's move on to the next, I guess. All right, so, try this. So this was like the, it's like the collar, right? With the raised roses on it. Wow. What an outfit. Holy guac. What an outfit. What a blurry picture. No. Ours are like a darker wine red, and the roses are like big and full. Let's see what that is. Wow. Huh. That looks, it's got more black in it. Doesn't look the same though. Kind of same but different. I don't know if that fabric is raised either. Doesn't look like it. It's kind of like an optical illusion of it being raised, but when you look on the side, it's smooth. And it's not ours. Okay. Well, these are all shorts. That's the raised fabric. I mean, that's not our fabric, but it's beautiful. But it's kind of not the point. The point is we're trying to figure out what that is. Let's type in, like, I don't know, Victorian high neck collar? Let's see again. So it's like a high neck. Let's see. Goes around the neck at the top, right under the chin, and then this will kind of dip down in a V and circle around the base of the neck and then lace up in the back, although ours has hooks in it, or clasps, I guess. Oh, kind of like this, sort of. Like a gothic corset choker thing. Wow, that's incredible. Gothic choker. Gothic corset choker? Let's Google that. Gothic corset choker. Yeah, exactly. So there's a bunch of different options. India Mart. It's Pinterest. Let's try one of these other ones. Yeah. So it is kind of the posture collar, gothic posture collar. Yeah. Okay, so I think we figured that out, and this is like done in Victorian style. Okay. I don't know if we'll be able to figure out how old this is, but at least we kind of know what it is. Did we see, let's take a look at this again, did it lace up in the back? Yeah, so interesting. Not the collar, but her skin. Looks like she was burned. Okay, so it laces up. This one laces up, but ours has like clasps. And it's Victorian, either Victorian or Victorian inspired, but we don't know for sure. All right, not bad. Let's do the next one. All right, so next in line is the hat. We definitely know it's a hat. Yeah, and it's like got velvet or maybe corduroy, I'm not sure, and some kind of fur, and then a whole bunch of pearls. And I did test the pearls like I said I was going to when we first opened the trunk. And the pearls chipped, so they're not actually pearls. They're like reproductions or fakes or whatever. So I guess maybe first, I don't know. I don't know if we should try and figure out when they started making fake pearls instead of real ones. But they're still making them to this day, so I don't really think that that matters. It's not gonna help date the hat, but it's basically a fascinator, right? Because we looked underneath and it was attached, it attaches to the hair using a hat pin, which I don't know if fascinators are necessarily attached with hat pins today in 2025. Like, when did people start using hat pins, I guess? Probably in the Victorian era or earlier. Let's start with that first. When did people start using hat pins? Oh, wow. Okay. There's no way our hat is this old, but they've been around since the early 1400s, but enjoyed renewed popularity starting in the 1890s. Okay. All right. Okay. So here are a bunch of hats. They don't really look like this because this just kind of sits on top of the hair instead of being pulled right over the head like a hat like this. Yeah. It's not a cloche because it doesn't get pulled over the head. Lots of pearls though. I wonder how old this is, because these pearls are definitely not real. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't care about buying it. I just care about, I just wanted to see the listing, but I can't even see it, even if it's sold. And that's annoying. Let's try this one. National Trust Collection. Pardon my stomach if you can hear it. I haven't eaten yet today. Fox fur. Velvet. Let's pull up our head again. Yeah, I don't think this is velvet. It looks more like corduroy with like a damask pattern on it. Oh, and this is dated 1900 to 1947. Okay. It's kind of, let's see this. Very simple, cute hat. And it's 1940s. What were the hat styles? Yeah, this would help. Hat styles 1940s. So we're looking at like all different types. Wow. Oh my God, look at this. That's cute. It's like 𝘍𝕚𝕝𝕤 style. Yeah, like if you just took the sort of mesh off from around this, it would just kind of perch on the head like a fascinator. Like this one too. Oops, that one right there. Oops, oh my God. Berets and yeah, there we go. So kind of a cloche, but like a tilted cloche. Yeah, these little ones, fascinators. Diana. Look at that grimace of a smile. She hated that. These are all kind of big. Yeah, like that's, I think that's Bette Davis. Yeah, it is Bette Davis. Okay, definitely is too compact to be a Victorian hat. So let's see. Edwardian hat styles, definitely not any of these. These were all still pretty big. 1920s hat styles. It's mostly cloches. Seems to be the main thing. Cloches and turbans. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't imagine someone wearing something like this when these were all the rage, right? That's the 20s, 30s. Hats were so interesting. Hats, the history of hats. I want to go on a deep dive, but I'm holding myself back. I'm trying. Got a lot of side tilts, side tilting, dramatic hats for the 30s. I guess you could potentially wear this tilted, but it's not really the style at all, not from what I've seen for the 30s. Okay, so that's, we're moving through the ages pretty quickly now. And we already looked at the 40s. Seems like hats, I was about to say they were smaller. I guess compared to Victorian and Edwardian hats, they were tiny, but still pretty dramatic. Looked like people were still enjoying a side tilt. Can't tell if these ladies are wearing just waiting for my computer to load. Does it say these are 40s? Yeah, these are the 40s. Okay, so a Dutch bonnet. Yeah, they're definitely much smaller. So we're moving in the right direction. The headscarf. Those are smaller, but they're still covering most of your head, unlike this, which is too small to cover most of your head. Yeah. Oh. Fur and felt with a big bow. They're so cute. Like, these hats are so adorable, but that footwear does not seem right if they're trying to pull off the 40s. Seems like a fail. Anyways. Clearly, I'm struggling here a little bit. I don't really know what I'm looking for, but judging by the pictures and what's popping up, 1940s women's hat styles. That's the vibe for the 40s. I don't think this is the vibe. Let's try 50s? Because I don't know how many people were wearing hats in the 60s, right? Okay, now we're getting somewhere. They're kind of... Yeah, kind of. Sort of. This era feels just instinctively like it makes more sense for what we've got. Well, the hat is like a fascinator. It's like a little hat. Maybe if we type in 1950s antique fascinators, they don't look antique. Maybe if we type in 1950s fascinator hat fur. I mean, keep in mind, I'm not looking for this identical hat. I'm positive I'm not going to find it, but something that looks similar to it, right? These are all new. Let's go back to Google and we're typing in the 1950s fascinator hat. Let's see what just... A big hat. Okay, we might have something here. Oh, look at, oh, how weird. It's vintage. It's tiny. It is a fascinator. It's like missing the top, or maybe it was made like that. It seems like something was probably up there at one point. Oh, how pretty. I didn't really understand what I was looking at in this picture, but now I understand. Look at that. It's kind of gorgeous. With the fur. Mink. Vintage. Small. Well, not really actually, because it does fit the whole back of her head. Okay, so not really that. There do seem to be quite a few vintage fur, small hats though. So pretty. So, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe 40s. 40s or 50s, somewhere around there. That seems to make sense. Let's see what they said that that's vintage. 1940s. Are these all from the same person? What is that? That's Wildflower Joy. No, they're all different. They're all from different. Okay, well, I'll lean into like probably late 40s, early 50s for this hat. Because these hats don't really have much to them. But this one does. It's not like got a lot of mesh or lace, it's an actual hat. 1940s, 50s. Okay, I think I'm decided. I think this is probably a late 40s or maybe early to mid 50s hat. We'll go with that because I have nothing else to go on, really. I wonder if I type in, where was it? 1950s fascinator hat, fur and pearls. Let's see what that gets us. I guess we want to put it into eBay. Okay, fascinator hat, fur, pearls, vintage. It's like nothing. Maybe like hat, vintage hat, fur and pearls. Same kind of stuff is coming up. No pearls. All right, I'm gonna let it go. I think it's a safe bet. 40s, 50s, that range. Yeah, we'll let it go. Okay, so next up, let's do, I guess we'll do this. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh. Well, that looks like it. What? This is it. This is exactly... This is exactly it. I'm not sure if I have the full picture of the whole thing, but this is the whole thing. And it says it's a Tibetan copper alloy safety omelet. Ruyi? Tibetan. Really? And what are these like scorpion winged creatures? It doesn't say. But it says it's Tibetan. Let's type in Tibetan Ruyi omelet. Tibetan Ruyi omelet. There's another one on eBay. It's probably the same one on Etsy. Okay, so there are a few of these, it looks like. Not too many, I guess. It's probably from the same seller, but where is? Okay, we'll try this. Beauty Vanity ink. Do they explain what it is? I mean, I understand what an amulet is. It's a safety protection sort of thing that you keep on you. But it doesn't say anything. This is Beauty Vanity ink. Let's check Etsy. Oh, it's different. This is Antique Beads US. There was another one, another eBay listing, I think. Let's go here. Oh, this is the same, just a different picture from Beauty Vanity ink. Okay, so they're saying it's the same thing, both of these two businesses. It's Tibetan 𝘬𝘰𝘱, but it doesn't say, that it doesn't explain anything that's on it. But I mean, it's definitely this. It's the same. Let's go back to Google, because on the other end of that amulet is writing, and I wanted to know what the writing was. Let's make this. Let's see. No, it's completely gone. It's not even, it's just the same Etsy listing, you can tell, but that listing didn't say anything. And that's it. Is it Tibetan? I don't know. Is it a safety amulet? I don't know. Is it even that? Let's take a look at this. I wonder how much they sold this for, and I wonder what it is. It's about the same size. This is Tibetan as well. 𝘬𝘰𝘱. Oh, Scepter of Power. It's basically a statue. I guess that's what this is too, is kind of a statue. Figurine. 𝘬𝘰𝘱. Feng Shui. Tibetan. Obviously this has a different meaning than this, but this website also says that this one is Tibetan. But this one actually explains what's on it. Like there's dragons and gems. But I don't know what this animal is. This scorpion-tailed, eared, winged creature, mythical beast maybe, I don't know. And I don't think there's anything else that could help. I guess for now we could go with it being Tibetan, and obviously it's a figurine, a sculpture. I'm just trying to figure out like how old this could potentially be though, and it doesn't. In order to activate the power of 𝘬𝘰𝘱, it is important to understand what it means and how to use it correctly. And the Etsy thing said that this is also a 𝘬𝘰𝘱, believed that the presence of ru-yi can bring good luck and protection from harm. Right. So, kind of same. This one is a safety amulet. Ru-yi, Tibetan. Statue chooses you. You know when you find the right piece to bring it into your home and into your heart. Okay, so we'll go with Tibetan, I guess, and potentially ru-yi and undated, because I don't know how old this is, but it's being sold on Etsy. The same one. I think it's the same, close to the same, because that's one end of it. Doesn't show the other end. There's the other end. I think that's the same as, it's definitely the same. They look like they're about the same quality as well. Like one doesn't look newer or older, they look kind of the same. Well, that's the end of that. Let's move on to the next thing. Actually, you know, I think I'm going to stop there because we still have a handful more items to go through, and yeah, I just don't want things to drag on for too long in each video, because I have to go back through and kind of edit it together so I can get rid of half of my rambling. I know I ramble a lot. So let's stop there, and I'll get back to trying to figure out a timeline for everything, which is something that we can look over at the end once we're done with the first trunk. Pretty cool about the storybook doll, though, I have to say. She was definitely made in the 40s hours. She's not in too bad shape either, and she's definitely not broken, which is kind of miraculous. But I guess if she's been in that trunk for God knows how long, that would have protected her, because it's a hard wooden trunk. Speaking of the trunk, I don't want to say it's disintegrating. I have it closed behind my bed, and it's just, the wood is just peeling off of it, lifting up. Maybe it's the heat, the fact that it's just been so hot for so long, even though it's starting to cool off now that summer is ending. It's weird. It almost seems like the water was like keeping the wood supple, and now that it's been out of the water for so long, it's just drying up and starting to split, which is kind of unfortunate because they're really cool, but you know, I'm just gonna let it age however it's gonna age. Yeah, anyways, I think that's it for now, and I'll be back next week with more, and hopefully we can finish this off. Yeah, and move on to the next trunk. Okay, all right. Thanks for doing this with me. Bye.